like I said, we're looking at time first. Okay, so time is the measure of passage of time. We have different units of time. We can look at days, years, hours, minutes, and seconds, and we need to be able to convert between those different units. We've also got weeks and months as well. Then, displaying time. There are two ways that time can be displayed. The very first one, analog time, is not everyone's favorite because we're not used to having to read these types of clocks. So the time is displayed on a clock or watch, and the hour and minute hand, indicates the time. Okay, so here we've got an analog clock. Our long hand indicates minutes. And our shorthand tells us the hour that we're looking at. So this clock is telling us that it is 8 minutes past 10 o'clock. Okay. Just, need to practice being able to tell time on this clock, but it's not a very common question in an exam. Okay. Then digital time, we're all comfortable. We all know how to use the digital clocks. This is how our phones display time, how our watches display time. Sorry.
Teacher Monique, I thought I was the only one experiencing this, but your screen is still on the things to take note of. It's not.
Is it? Okay, let me quickly stop.
And the writing as well doesn't reflect.
Okay, let me quickly try something. How's that?
Perfect.
Okay, so we can all see what I was talking about now. So analog clock, got a long hand, short hand. We need to know how to read time off of that. But like I said, it's not a very common exam question. If it is, maximum 2 marks. And then our digital clocks, these are the clocks that we are used to, that we see every day on our cell phones, our watches, and we all know how to read time off of these. Okay, so the difference between the two is that the analog clock basically shows us a 12-hour format. The highest number we see is 12. Digital clocks show us 24 hours. So it's a 24-hour format. So it goes all the way up until 24 hours being midnight. Let me just quickly check the chat here. Okay, sure. So if that's all, I'm just going to quickly move up for a screenshot. Let me just zoom out a bit. Okay, so like I was saying, guys, analog clock shows us a 12-hour format. We only see numbers 1 through to 12, whereas a digital clock with digital time, we see 1 all the way through to 24 or 00. Okay, so let's look at these time formats in more detail. So we have a 12-hour format. So the 24 hours in our day are broken up into 12 hours before noon. So remember, afternoon starts at 12, midday. So 12 hours before noon, we indicate with AM. So if we want to say 10 o'clock in the morning, we say 10 AM. It's before noon. Then the 12 hours that fall after noon, so from midday all the way till midnight, we indicate those times PM afterwards. Okay, so if I want to say 4 o'clock in the afternoon, remember my clock only shows 12 numbers, so I would have to say 4 PM to indicate that is in the afternoon. Okay, whereas with a 24-hour format clock, we have from midnight to midday, okay, which is our normal 12-hour format. So anything in the morning still applies. So this, so see 9:30 is 9:30 in the morning. However, in the evening, so from midday till midnight, 9:30 in the evening becomes 21:30. Okay, so it's just important to know with the 12-hour format, we only go up to 12, so we can't say 13 something for 1 o'clock. Only goes up to 12, so if I want to say 1 o'clock, like 1:05, I say 1:05 p.m. to indicate that it's afternoon. If I want to indicate that it's morning, I say 1:05 a.m. Whereas a 24-hour, I don't worry about AM or PM because the clock goes up to 24, so I can go past 12. I can say 1300 hours, 1400 hours to indicate that it's in the afternoon or evening. Okay, so I hope that explanation helps, because I'm going to ask you guys to quickly adjust these times for me into the 12-hour format. So our first activity, write the following times in the 12-hour format. So keyword for 12-hour format is AM, PM. Quickly do those times for me, please. Don't put them in the chat just yet. Okay, if we have an answer for 1A, let's see them in the chat. It looks like we're still busy. Fantastic. So since it is 9 o'clock on the dot, you can just say 9 p.m. or you could say 9:00 p.m. But the most important thing there is that it says p.m. after your time. Good. Nice. Okay, let's see question B's answers. Karabo went to bed at 23:40. What is that in 12-hour format? Good. Okay, so because we're going to 12-hour format, we can no longer use 23. So we have to write the time as 11:40. And because it's 12-hour, we have to say, indicate whether it's AM or PM. And it is indeed PM because it's in the evening. Well done. Okay, for those of you that did not include PM, please remember to include it, because by saying 11:40 only, it looks like it's 11:40 in the morning. Okay. So yeah, most of us did remember PMs. Good. All right. Question C. Sarah left school at 17:40. Please write that in 12-hour format. Oh, these answers are flying through. Nice, guys. And again, because it's 12-hour format, we can't go over the number 12. So 17 has to be written as 5:40, and we need to indicate that it's afternoon. So we say PM. All right. Question D. The moon rose at 00:13. Oh, I see there's a question E as well. Oh, I'm seeing some AMs, I'm seeing some PMs. 13 minutes past midnight, is that morning or evening? Nice, Maria. Nice, Zuko. Okay. So, because it's 12-hour, we don't have 00, we must use 12. 13, and we're indicating that it is morning. Remember, after midnight, it becomes morning, so it is AM. All right, and then I forgot to show you question E, so quickly do that for me. Tandy's holiday classes start at 13:30. Please write that in 12-hour format for me. Nice, if you saw, super fast. Nice, Fences, Zuko, Kasimla, Ben, awesome. Okay, they're all flying in now. The answer is 1:30 p.m. Okay, so it looks like we all understand 12-hour. So whenever you see 12-hour format, just know the key things is AM, PM, and we only go up to the number 12 when we tell you the time. Okay, so let's do the opposites. You're going to write the following times in 24-hour format. So we don't need to worry about AM or PM in our answers. Our numbers can go up to 24, so we can use 13, 14, 15, 16, etc. Quickly try these for me. I'll let you know when to share your answers on the chat. Okay, guys, Lungile wakes up at 5:40 a.m. What is this time written in the 24-hour format? You're still busy, that's okay. Okay, so remember with the 24-hour format, so from midnight all the way to midday. So we're going from the morning, the start of the morning, all the way till the start of the afternoon. So midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning till 6, going past 6 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Okay, that still is morning, and that's the first 12 hours. We don't need to indicate that those first 12 hours are AM. In 24-hour format, we just know that that's AM. Okay, so because it's 5:40 a.m. in the morning, I just need to write 5:40. I don't need to indicate AM, because if it was 5:40 in the afternoon, it would be written as 17:40. So that would be the difference. Okay, so with 12-hour, it's either 5:40 a.m. or it's 5:40 p.m. But with 24-hour, there are different numbers in the beginning, so we don't need to indicate AM or PM. Okay, as soon as the numbers go after 12, so 1300 hours, 1400 hours, we know that that is PM, that is the afternoon going into the evening. Okay, All right, so it's just to clarify, the answer is 5:40. It's in the morning, it just stays as 5:40, don't need to indicate AM or PM. All right, 2B, Leah ate dinner at 6:59 PM. How do we write that in 24-hour format? Fantastic. Okay, the 6 turns into 18:59. Don't need to include PM or AM. By us changing it to 18, we know that it's in the evening. Okay, C, Jared watched a movie that started at 7:18 PM. How do we write that 24-hour format? Great, you guys know this. This is amazing. Well done. Okay, 19:18. So we can see by the 19 that it's in the evening. We don't need to write PM. And D, Cyril got home after his night shift at 12:30 AM. Oh, look at you guys. Well done. It is indeed 00:30. Good. Okay, so like I said in the beginning, guys, this is stuff that you should know already. So you should be flying through it, which you guys are. So that is fantastic. Okay, are we all comfortable with 12-hour versus 24-hour? Let me know in the chat. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Where are we at? Or smiley face if you're in a really good place. Awesome, Khabo. I see some people give me thumbs up by their profile pictures or. Awesome. Okay. Again, not a huge question in exams. It could be a 1 mark or 2 mark question in your final paper. But nice free marks if you do get it. Nice. Okay, lots of smiley faces and thumbs up all around. Fantastic. Okay, so now we're going to learn how to calculate elapsed time using your calculator. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in a little bit and show you this beautiful button that I call the time button. I have mentioned it before, but I wasn't sure if you all could find it. Unfortunately, I cannot bring an online calculator onto my screen, so I'm just going to have to show you a picture for now. Okay, so when using time on your calculator, you're going to use this button over here. So if you look in line with number 8, 2 buttons up, it looks like a whole lot of commas. Okay, so have we all found the location of this button? Okay, fantastic. So we can all see that button. So let me show you how it works with the first question. So it says, Megan's father goes to work at 8:15, so we know that's in the morning. He fetches her from school 7 hours and 30 minutes later. What time will he fetch her? Now, sometimes it's easy to work this out in your head or just do normal addition, but sometimes not an easy addition calculation. So it actually works out being a lot easier on your calculator. So to do this on your calculator, you will then write. So we're going to take the actual time and we're going to add the 7 hours and 30 minutes to it on our calculator. So you're always going to write the hour first. So it's 8. So in your calculator, you're going to type 8. Then you're going to press that time button. And it's going to show you a little square on your screen next to the 8. Then you're going to put in your minutes. You're going to type in 15 on your calculator. It comes up with a little square again. And we are adding because he fetched her 7 hours and 30 minutes later. So I'm adding this time on. So I'll say plus. Again, hours always first. Type in 7, press the time button. Minutes, which is 30, press the time button. So it should look like that in your screen, or on your screen, should I say. So there should always be a little block after every number that you type in. So after every hour, after every minute. And when you press equals, what answer do you get? Let me see in the chat. Okay, and there you got your answer. 15:45. Now, I do think this one was an easy one to do in your head, but if you couldn't do it in your head, this is how you can do it on your calculator. Okay, so let's practice using our calculator. Let's go into the next question. So it's a two-part question. I'm going to ask you guys to try this one by yourselves. Try use your calculator. If you need help, let me know. Okay, so guys, I'm tired of hearing my voice only. So I'm hoping someone will be willing to unmute and let me know what they got for 2A, question 2A.
Yes, please do, guys. We haven't heard your guys' voices in a while. And we are cool people to talk to, you know? So just raise those hands. I'll happily unmute you.
So just quickly, Sipho starts baking bran muffins at 18:20. The muffins come out of the oven at 18:45. Okay, so the starting time, end time of the oven. The muffins also need to cool for another 20 minutes before they can be eaten. So for 2A, ask, how long are the muffins in the oven for? Any takers?
I was literally typing that in chat and I just pressed send. Great minds think. Join our party of great minds thinking alike, guys.
So if we had to show working out for that, we always take our later time minus the earlier time. Sofiso raised, oh, did you make a mistake, Sofiso? Do you want to answer? I was just explaining still. Yes, Sofiso. Look at our newbies giving us all the love.
Just look for a message on your screen that's going to ask you to unmute. There we go. Hi, Sfiso.
Hi, ma'am. How are you?
Good, how are
Good.
you?
I'm good, thanks. So for the answer for number 8, I think it's 25 minutes.
Fantastic. And did you try work that on your calculator or could you just do it in your head?
No, I worked it out on the calculator.
On the calculator, did you use the time button?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and that is indeed the correct answer. Well done. So if you show you're working out, it would be 18 time button, 45 time button, minus this time, 18 time button, 20 time button, which gives you an answer of 25 minutes. Thank you, Sfiso. I see you ran away too quickly, so I couldn't grab you to do question B. Ben, yes. Hi, Ben. I can always count on you, Ben.
Oh, sorry, Benedict. I just look for a message on your. There we go.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. And how are you?
Good, thank you. How did you do question B and what was your answer?
I plus first I wrote 20 minutes past 8 because that was the starting time.
Okay.
And then I plus the 25 minutes,
Mhm.
which was the time where the muffins came out, and then I plus the other 20 minutes, and I got 5 minutes past 7.
Fantastic. Well done. Good job. Thank you, Ben. Okay, guys. So you could have done that, started from the very beginning, taken the start time, plus the cooking time, plus the cooling off or cooling down time. Or you could just say 18:45, because that's when they come out, plus my 20 minutes. And I see we've got a raised hand here.
Yes, we have Khaba on the line. I'm just going to unmute you. Just look for a message that's going to ask you to unmute. Then you can talk to us.
Sorry, ma'am. Please could you just explain B?
B.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So they want to know what time will the muffins be ready to eat. So remember, they go into the oven at 18:20, but then they cook or bake till 18:45. And we worked out that that is 25 minutes long. Okay, that they cook for. Then they come out the oven, but then they still need to cool down for another 20 minutes. So there are two ways you could do it. So Ben started from the very beginning. We take the start time of 18:20. Then we add the 25 minutes because we know that they were in the oven for 25 minutes. So again, remember, we always got to keep it in the same format. It's always hours first, then minutes, if we're going to use our calculator. So because it was only 25 minutes, I wrote 0 first time button, then my minutes. That's how long it baked for in the oven. Then I plussed 20 minutes for the cooling down time. But again, keep it in the same format, always hours, then minutes. So if you don't have any hours, you still need to put in that 0 and 20 minutes in that format. Alternatively, you could have done what I did, just taken the end time. So we know that the muffins came out the oven at 18:45. They told us here. So it's out. And then we just add in 20 minutes because they need to cool down for 20 minutes. So at the end of all of this, it will be 19:05. Okay, so you can either go from the start, add the cooking time, cooling down time, and see what our end time is, or just take the time from when they left the oven, cool down, and see what time we end up at. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thanks, good question. Any other questions, guys? If you do have, let us know in the chat or raise your hand. Okay, that one was a little bit tricky. Let's try another one. to see if we really understand. Lebo is meeting her brother for lunch at 13:15. Just gonna highlight that. She also wants to go to the shops before lunch. It will take her 20 minutes to get from the shops to the restaurant where she's meeting her brother. Okay. If she leaves home at 10:10 in the morning, how much time does she have to do her shopping? Give your answer in hours and minutes. So we want to know, how much time does she have to do her shopping? How much time does she have to do her shopping? So we've got the time she's leaving home, how much time she needs to leave the shops to go meet her brother at 13:15. I'm going to give you guys a couple of minutes to figure this one out for me. Let me know if you need some help. Okay, we have an answer. Let me see it in the chat. Nice, Ben. Good. Awesome. Fantastic. Okay. So clearly not as hard as I thought it was going to be. Well done, guys. Very, very impressed with your answers. Okay, so various ways you could do it. The way I did it was I took the meeting time with her brother. So she has to meet her brother at 13:15. Okay, so actually with the time button, then I'm minus 20 minutes. So I know what time she had to leave the shops by to get to her brother. So I'm minus 20 minutes. Again, you could do it any way, as long as you get to the right answer and you show some working out. You don't have to do it this way. So I worked out that she had to leave the shops by 12:55 to be on time to meet her brother. I then took my 12:55, put it into the calculator. Okay, and then I minus the time she left home. And then that gives me how long she has to do some shopping. Okay, so I took the meeting time with her brother, minus 20 minutes. So she has to leave the shops by 12:55, but she's leaving home at 10:10. So I minus those two times, which gave me 2 hours and 45 minutes. And looks like all of you got that. Fantastic. Well done. Okay, last one. Vincent ran a 21-kilometer race. He started the race at 6:38 and finished his race at 10:02. How long did it take Vincent to complete the race? Nice, easy one to finish us off. I'm going to give you guys a minute to quickly work that out for me. And let's see those answers. Thanks, Sifiso and Rejo and Lady Gabo. Yes. Okay, looks like we mostly all understand this. Okay, so again, put the later time in the calculator first because we're minusing. So we're taking the end time, minusing the start time, using the time button, which means it took Vincent 3 hours and 24 minutes to complete this race. And looks like you guys all nailed this section as well. Well done. So I'm just curious, how do you guys feel about this time button? Have you done it before? Has it changed your life? Or do you prefer the old way of doing things, like actually just minusing or adding as per normal? How do you guys feel about it? Do you know about this hack before? It changed my life. Great. That's what I was hoping for. It's new. Changed my life. Awesome. Great. Oh, love it, love it, love it. It really is a game changer. And it makes, working out time so much more easier. Okay, so just remember when you do use this button, make sure that you press the time button after every number, otherwise it will come up with an error. Okay, but it looks like you guys all know how to use it because you got the right answers. Okay, so just make sure you type correctly and you always add the time button afterwards. And I'm so thrilled that you guys have learned this new easy hack. You can use it in your final yes. So you can literally just write it out the way I've been writing out. So if we look at the step over here, this can count as you're working out and your answer. It won't normally be more than 2 marks. If you're not comfortable with showing the little squares, you could even just write 10:02 minus 638 and then your answer. You don't necessarily need to show that you used your calculator. This is showing your working out and there's your answer. But you're welcome to also put the squares in as well. Shows your method. So yes, you may use this in your final. How exciting. Okay. That's that. Now we're going to look at some time conversions. Again, need to know this off by heart. Learned it since grade 10, so hopefully this will also come easy. Unfortunately, you do need to learn this, but luckily you do have your calculator to help you through. So our usual time conversions. This is just one way to learn the time with a little diagram. And put in the units in order: seconds, minutes, hours, days. And we know that between seconds and minutes, we've got 60 seconds in a minute. We've got 60 minutes in an hour, and we have 24 hours in a day. So when we are going from our smaller unit to the bigger units. So from seconds to minutes, we are dividing by 60. When we go the other way, our bigger units, so minutes to seconds, for example, we are timesing. So it's important to know when you are dividing, when you're timesing, and is it by 60 or 24. Okay, so keeping this in mind, I'm going to ask you guys to quickly do question 1 for me. A school camp is 3 days long. How long is this camp in hours? So you can use this diagram to help you. If you need help, let me know. Oh, and we've got the answer coming through already. Well done, Sviso. Nice, Oratile. Yes. Okay. Happy days. Nice and easy. Just remember, guys, when you are doing a conversion in your final paper or any paper, you need to show how you did the conversion. So you need to always show working out because you will get a mark for that. So it's 3 days because we are going from days to hours. We are following this arrow, which means we're timesing by 24. So show the times by 24, which gives you 72 hours, and that would be worth 2 marks. Method, answer. Okay, how long is the camp in minutes? And question C, how long is the camp in seconds? So quickly convert that to minutes and seconds for me, please. Well done, Oratile. There's the Oratile, I know. Quick, fast. And Sophie's also on fire tonight. Oh, perfect. Got some working out as well. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of the answers already for question B. How long is the camp in minutes? So you could just go from the hours and times by 60 to get to the minutes, or you can start from the beginning. It's 3 days times by 24 hours in a day times by 60 minutes in an hour, which gives you 4,320 minutes. Okay, now converting that to seconds. So it's 3 days, so that's going to be a lot of seconds. So don't be afraid if you get a really massive number. Good, and I can see we're all getting the right answer. So just again, we are going from days to seconds. So that's literally taking your days, 3 days, times by 24, times by 60, times by 60 again to get us all the way to seconds. So 3 times 24 times by 60 times by 60 again to get us to seconds. And all of you did get this correct. Well done. 259,200 seconds. Well done. Okay, let's have a look at another question. Sianda goes away on holiday for 5 weeks. How many days is she away for? And B, how many hours is she away for? Let me know if I need to go back up to the diagram to help you with the conversion. I'm just going to quickly go back up. Apologies, I just want to quickly erase this. Good moment to take a screenshot if you haven't managed to get this down. Okay, so weeks is not involved in this diagram, but weeks would obviously come after days. And there are 7 days in a week. So we either dividing or times in by 7. Okay, but I can see all of us have completed 2A so far, and we're all correct. Okay, so it's 5 weeks. We times by 7 because there's 7 days in a week, which is 35 days. And how many hours is she away for? We need to convert those days to hours. So we are going to times by 24. So you can start from scratch if you want to, or you could say 35 days times by 24. So we could say our 5 weeks times by 7 times by 24, or because we already know the days, 35 times by 24, which gives you your 840 hours. Well done. Okay, these were some nice, easy conversions. And you guys absolutely killed them. Well done. Okay, so I've got the diagram again. Another activity. Now we're looking specifically. Okay, no, not yet. That's the next activity. Apologies, thinking ahead here. Okay, convert the following times. So I'm going to scroll down so you can see all 4 questions. Sorry, 5 questions. Convert the following times. Question 1, 3 hours into minutes. 4 days to minutes. Okay, so let's just pause with the answers for now. I know, okay, yeah. And then we'll do it one by one. Otherwise, we're going to get all of them all mixed up. So do all 5 for me, and then we'll go through the answers. Okay, let's see your answers for question 1. Still might be busy, but that's okay. Yeah, fantastic. Question 1 was a nice, easy one. Hours to minutes, all we do is times by 60. So we always show the conversion. So we times by 60, which gives us 180 minutes. And most of you, well, all of you got that correct. Well done. Okay, and then question 2, 4 days, 2 minutes. What did we get? Yes, well done. Good, I'm seeing the correct answer flying through. So just quickly, if we're looking at our diagram, we're going from days, so it's times by 24 times by 60, 2 steps, 2 jumps according to the diagram. So 4 times 24 times 60, and you all did fantastic. 5,760 minutes. Well done. Okay, 888 seconds to hours. What did we get? So it's not a full hour, if you're unsure. Auditile, just remember you need to do one more conversion. Khabo, yes. Anyone else? 888 seconds to hours. I'm going to do this in red. Seconds to hours, we take our seconds number, 888, divide by 60 to get it to minutes, divide by 60 again to get to hours. So 888 divide by 60. That looks like 160. Divide by 60, which gives you 0.25 hours. Fantastic. I'm seeing that coming through. Well done, guys. Okay, then question 4, 121 days to seconds. So that's a lot of days. So it's going to be a lot of seconds. Let's see those extremely large numbers. Oh, bless all of you that remembered the spaces. Okay, again, always show you're working out. So it's 121 times by 24 times by 60 times by 60, which gives you 10,454,400 seconds. Well done. Okay, and then the last one for the day. 432 minutes to hours and minutes. Okay, interesting. Who else? Let's go and answer. No, lady, well done. Okay, so let's quickly look at this question. So we've got minutes only. So I want to convert that to hours first, okay? So 432 minutes, and I divide by 60 to convert my minutes to hours. That gives me 7.2 hours. Now, please note that is not 7 hours, 20 minutes. Okay, so what we do now is, can we agree that we have 7 full hours? Okay, so I'm going to say 7 hours. However, I have 0.2 hours remaining. So that leftover bit, I'm now going to convert to minutes. It's not 20 minutes, it's not 2 minutes. So it's 7 full hours because it's 7.2. And I've got a little bit left over. So I'm going to convert that little bit left over to minutes. So because it's in hour format, to get back to minutes, I do the opposite. I times by 60. So that gives me 7 hours and 12 minutes. We are going to practice more of this next week as well. I'm going to touch on it again. So I've taken my minutes, divided by 60 to get my hours. I get 7 full hours, and the little bit remaining I convert to minutes because they wanted the answer in hours and minutes. So for those of you that said 7 hours and 20 minutes, I hope this makes sense. If not, let me know in the chat. Otherwise, we are going to practice a little bit more of this on Monday. But yeah, thanks so much, guys. You really, really aced this lesson.